Yeah, well, I think back then it was more of like a necessity because Metal Gear Solid 1 was still a big deal when it came out. Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
I'm thinking too. Like they did cutscenes because that was like a lot fancier than the in-game graphics because it was just so limited, right? Versus today, you get. But yeah, so
Becker goes.
But yeah, like these days, usually the cutscenes look just as good as in-game graphics. It's amazing. But as far as the other question there, like I think it's just basically because they want to do the bait and switch on you a little bit, especially with like mobile games where they amp it up and make it look amazing. Like, oh my god, it's so cool. And then when you get in there, it's like, what this looks like garbage. Like Farmville from 20 years, like million years ago, or something.
Oh my god, Farmville when it came out.
Listen,
oh my god,
Farmville. But I'm just saying, like, you're like, what is this? What is this?
I remember that crack came on Facebook.
Another
oh my god,
one game that is a really, I think the most beautiful game that I was never disappointed in because it was still great on PC and the consoles was Detroit Become Human. That game was amazing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's such a good storyline and everything. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Horror-wise, my favorite game I remember seeing is Dead Space 1. Like,
I love those.
Oh yeah,
I love the Dead Space games.
That was good.
When that originally came out, like that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It's still like, and it's weird, like it's a 14-year-old game at this point, but if you still go back and play it, it honestly still looks amazing for how old it is.
That is very true. It came out on Xbox 360, and when I started playing it, it still looks good up to today's standard, honestly.
Like I'll play on PC right now.
Like run a 1080p TV in my living room. I don't even feel the need to upgrade to 4K because to me it looks good enough.
Exactly. Like
that game was great back then. It still is actually.
The only way you can actually like tell it's an older game is if you get close and personal with like the assets in the game. Like if you go with the walls, the body itself. Like, but like in a long like viewed standpoint, the game looks amazing.
Yeah.
I have to give
another
this
good
game.
Go ahead.
Another good game.
Yeah. Sorry. Go. Yeah, no, go.
Okay, I got you. How about this? Okay. Now, there's always that one game that has the really bad graphics, but it turns out to be a really great story. And that good game to me with the bad graphics, but it had a great DLC, great story, was Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4.
Yeah.
Never played it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
You tried.
Elder Scrolls. I mean, they were also the first one to.
So confused.
That game came out in 2006 or 7.
Wasn't Oblivion the first game to actually also have microtransactions? Technically,
no.
Was it really?
The horse DLC.
Oh,
it was the horse armor.
Yes.
Yeah. They were the first ones to introduce that. Yeah, the first one to introduce that.
Okay, but
wasn't it the Sims? Sims had DLCs too.
Yeah, they do.
They did eventually.
Yeah,
which one?
Yeah, which
3 or 4? 4? I don't even know.
Sims has so many.
Yeah, you could buy expansion packs from the first one.
The first one, even?
Yeah, the first one you could get like.
That's like back in the 90s. God.
For it. Yeah.
Oh well, this is like in game you could buy it from.
Oh, you mean inside like the game store, inside the game itself? Okay, yeah. No, not the Sims. You had to buy the actual CD with the original one.
Well, yeah, no, because I remember Midnight Club 3, there was like a dub edition mix. Yeah, you had to buy that separately, and I did, and I love it.
I love that game so much.
Now my main question. Now I'm going to go through the list of all the companies I'm going to name off, and you're going to give me your opinion pretty quickly. So,
oh God!
About that.
All right.
I'm not going to talk about your company though.
Wait. Let's see what it says. Will this like affect any future jobs you might have? Is the real question. It's
kind of what I'm worried about.
Yeah, because we don't want you like to give out your opinion about them if you might need to work with them in the future.
Yeah, you don't want to burn bridges.
That's a good point.
How about this?
Well,
how
about this? We'll go with the pros of it. Give me the pros of these companies.
I'll do my best. Well, okay. Here, my question is this more about like how they operate, or just like public image, or because
operate?
But
okay. I might not know how they operate.
That's something internally in fiction.
What about unless you want to just answer the public opinion?
Yeah, I could try. I don't always have the best Yeah, we'll just give it. Just shoot.
We'll
just go
see.
for it. Just go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Rockstar.
I have heard controversies around that studio. I have heard some not so great things. I do love playing. I really do love Grand Theft Auto. I do. Okay. I mean, minus all the people who are in game trying to blow you up every 2 seconds in the online mode. But I've heard some unsavory things about working for them. I just know that. Yeah.
Okay. Bethesda.
Surprisingly, with them, I don't know much about how they operate. I really don't. I love their games, or at least, their Skyrim I've played, of course. I think everyone and their mothers played that, but I never played like you said, like Oblivion and stuff like that. I never really got into the older stuff, but I played the crap out of Skyrim. I love the Daedric armor, even though it was technically the second highest tier of armor. That armor looked freaking awesome. Looked cool.
They're coming out with another Elder Scrolls, so I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, they got to. It's been over 12 years.
CD Projekt.
What?
You heard it right.
They made The Witcher 3.
What was that?
They made The Witcher 3.
They also made Cyberpunk 2077.
I've never played a single Witcher game. I own it and I haven't played it. I own Witcher 3, but I still haven't played that either.
So I can say about Cyberpunk is when Cyberpunk came out, it was a very buggy mess, but the bugs were funny. To me, they're hilarious, and they really didn't affect the game. But over the few years that's been out, they've like fixed it to the point like there's very small bugs, but are not enough to really notice it that much. Like you'll still sometimes get people who might just T-pose as you spawn in or they spawn in, but that's about it.
were the bugs as funny as Goat Simulator when it came out? They just decided to leave.
Oh, Goat Simulator was great.
Goat Simulator 3 coming out.
I'm a little bit bummed. Real quick side note there, because they made some of my favorite games around that time. Really, really unknown. Sanctum and Sanctum 2. There's basically first person, what do you call it? What's Plants vs. Zombies? That kind of style game.
Tower defense strategy.
Tower defense. Yeah, so it was first person tower defense, and it was a really, I loved it with up to 4 players total, and it didn't catch fire. It unfortunately didn't go anywhere. But then the Coffee Stain Studios, then they also did Goat Simulator, and it was so ridiculous, and people loved it, and I don't know. Just kind of makes me sad.
It is ridiculous.
I'll give you 3 more. I'm going to think of 3 more companies, and that'll be it.
Okay.
Let's go with Ubisoft.
Again, I don't know much about them. I mean, I haven't really heard anything, good or bad about them.
The great thing is their Assassin's Creed. I love their Assassin's Creed.
Made in Montreal, where I live.
I still haven't played any of those games either, which is kind of tragic. But
I mean,
they do at least publish a lot of great games.
They are great.
Honestly, if I would be you, I would start with Assassin's Creed 2 and play the 3 games in it. The storyline is amazing. My jaw dropped at the end after playing the 3 games. Yeah, the concept of Adam and Eve is not exactly what you think. It calls back. I'm not gonna give out the punchline, but what our perception of Adam and Eve, it's not exactly what it is. Same for the Adam's apple. What is it? The Eden apple. You gotta watch. Honestly, you gotta play it. I highly recommend. My all-time favorite games, storyline-wise, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherline, and Revelations. They were my all-time favorite.
I like Black Flag. That was a good one too. Okay, so another would be. I'm probably gonna regret this one. EA.
I don't know if I would, and never say never, I guess, but. I would never work on another sports title again. It's just not for me. Like, it's no offense to anyone. I've mostly known EA for their sports titles, that sort of stuff. But of course, they don't just do that. I would like
the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, I don't know how they've gotten ever since that whole programmer's wife or whatever. I forgot what that was called. The letter. I would hope that their policies have gotten better. But my body's freaking out. I'm sorry. I would hope they've gotten better, but I still don't know if I would. It's not even close to like a dream job for me. But I do enjoy some of the games that they publish and create. So,
well, okay, how about we make the last one interesting, then?
Naughty Dogs.
Oh, I was gonna say Blizzard Activision.
Ooh, I actually did apply and took an art test for them. Didn't go anywhere. That was before I worked at Riot, actually.
Were they, when you applied for them, were they doing the Uncharted series already?
They were. I think this was before. This was before what, Last of Us Part 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So, and that's the thing. I've heard a few things that they can be a little bit rough with their hours, like the amount of overtime and stuff you got to put in. So, in a way, I feel like I almost dodged a bullet there. I mean, no offense, but they turned me down. So, whatever.
You know what?
But yeah,
their loss.
I'm still curious about like Blizzard Activision, since they're the one going through the most controversies right now.
It's actually I consider kind of sad, because I do have at least one, maybe two friends who work there right now, and I hope they're doing well. I don't know. It's very sad. It almost reminds me of like Pixar too, in a way. Like they were just cranking out like banger after banger of freaking amazing, wonderful movies. And I know for a while there, they were like, we're never doing any sequels. These are all like unique, special ideas for each movie. And I'm like, this company, everyone freaking loved them and they worship them, And then the temptation of cooperation and all that stuff finally came, and they were bought out by Disney. And I think the quality of their movies have gone down. I think it's kind of what happened a little bit with Blizzard. Like a lot of the, I think, bigger names who used to work at Blizzard also took off, and their reputation has kind of gone down over the years, declined, and it's honestly pretty sad. I hate to see it, because I mean, I think that was a dream job for so many. I mean, even me, like a decade ago, I've been like, if I got a job offer for Blizzard, I'd be like, oh my god, that's it. Like my resume is good for the rest of my life. As long as I don't screw up and get fired or whatever, then I'm easy street, Anyway, it was like a golden ticket to get a job anywhere else in the game industry. Yeah.
All right. At least
it is true, though.
At least we got some of the most uncomfortable question, because I didn't want to pressure it too much. But
yeah, I was gonna say, like, whenever Activision bought Blizzard, though, that was like a lot of people didn't like that buyout at all. And they're right, because we're seeing what happened now. It was honestly, with Activision, like, Activision's been like, they have just like pushed Call of Duty till it's buried ground for like the past 10 years.
The original Black Ops.
Black Ops 1 and 2. Black Ops 2 is still my most last and most favorite Call of Duty.
And World at
that's
War was
Treyarch.
Great.
So there's a difference. There's the Treyarch Studios and there's Activision. I personally,
to be fair,
I really like the zombie series from Treyarch. Big fan of those.
Treyarch has always been, to me, the best one. He does the Call of Duty series.
I still think World at War is the best.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, what do you think about Black Ops 4? And be careful with your answer on this one, okay?
Be careful.
I haven't played it, so I don't have an answer.
I don't even have it much time anymore.
I've never played Black Ops 4 because they're only futuristic games.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm mainly kidding. That's the one I worked on, and it was actually a big deal. I thought it was a pretty big risk when that game came out, when they cut the single player story out, because Treyarch was also known for doing that, like having the single player story. Like all the Call of Duties, I think they had. Yeah, they cut it out of Black Ops 4, though their battle royale that they had in there was a big deal for its time, since no AAA studio was really taking on that genre. I guess Epic, because I think Fortnite was still really, really big back then too, but no more like kind of serious tone kind of AAA studio was tackling that, and it paid off, but I think that was still a big risk. That was still a big risk, though.
I will say, but my thing is too is,
Can I do the next question?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Treyarch though, single player.
Well, finish what you were saying, Whiplash.
I was gonna say, like, all the single player campaigns that Treyarch has ever done, I've always been invested into the single player. Like, even though Cold War, the multiplayer and everything else was kind of meh, the single player campaign was, I love it.
They were good. So, Diffuse Moose, we talked about a few our favorite games or games we really enjoyed, Whiplash, Fiction. But I'm curious, what is your favorite game and why?
I just played it recently on stream, actually. Silent Hill 2, to this day.
Oh, God, that's such a good game.
Yeah,
Such a good game.
I haven't played that yet. I want to.
The gameplay is nothing to write home about at all. It's actually pretty terrible. It does not hold up. It never was great when it came out. But what I loved about Silent Hill 2, I'll tell you what I didn't like about Silent Hill 1 and 3, and that's they focus more around the cult aspect of Silent Hill and stuff like that. And Silent Hill 2 felt like its own compartmentalized section of Silent Hill that is a very personal story. That it gets me to freaking tears every time at points in the game. I'm not going to go into it. If you haven't played it, you should play Silent Hill 2. If you want a depressing tearjerker of a game, it's really good. I will never forget that game for the rest of my life. And I love it. It's so good.
Any games in particular that you think should get more attention than what they are getting?
It's already dead in the water. It has been for a while. Well, I'll give you two games. One of them, that one I was talking about, that's like long been dead. We were just talking about this because there's this new game that came out recently. That like kind of like MOBA air hockey game or like soccer game.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. It's really interesting. I forgot what it's called. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe not. Anyway, but
I slightly do.
Yeah. So one of my friends was streaming it, and he watched me when I streamed a game called Laser League, and that game was so freaking like the visuals look like kind of like Tron, basically, like Tron Legacy, like really cool, like neon lights everywhere, and then these different classes where it's all competitive, like 3v3, 4v4, and you have these different classes where you can like attack your enemies, or you can convert these like nodes across the map and change them from like one color to the other. These walls, if you capture these nodes, these little walls would come out, and if the enemy ran into them, they'd basically like get sliced in half, or like they'd like evaporate. They would die.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a really fun game, but it went nowhere because, again, not enough funding, not enough advertising for it. There's that, and I'd say the other game that I wish currently that got more attention is the one I mentioned, which is Video Horror Society, VHS. So if you like asymmetrical horror games, like Dead by Daylight, the biggest hook for this is it feels similar to Dead by Daylight, but the survivors, aka the teenagers in this game, get to fight back. Instead of working on generators, you're crafting weapons and can attack back on the monster. And they have a monster werewolf.
I like that.
You can play as.
Oh my god, everybody's got to take that.
So there you go. Yeah, you got to get the furry hook in there. Come on. So
yeah. There's going to be some fan art showing up for sure. So I want to take some time to tell everyone to like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure that you follow us on our most popular audio platforms. Our podcasts are being put on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, and Google Music. So it's all on those platforms. So make sure you smash that like button and turn on that notification bell. Otherwise, Whiplash is going to tell you what's going to happen. Just whisper.
If you don't, I'm gonna find you. My sources don't find me. Huh?
Don't vor the camera.
You can breathe down.
Not phrase like that.
I know.
So you're inviting them to interest. Okay, never mind.
We want to just
I had something else in mind, but
just a
I can't remember
healthy
what
amount of pressure. You know, no actual threat. Just just a bit of pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm changing my voice. I do on stream sometimes too, but I can't do it right now for some reason.
Now, time for the quickest question. What are some games that you're excited that are coming out?
I couldn't think about this at first, but then it was like a no-brainer, slam dunk. The next Zelda game, 100%. I didn't even.
Oh,
I didn't even see. I guess they did more of a reveal or something recently. I didn't even look at it yet, but I mean, Breath of the Wild. I will say, oh my gosh, I thought it looked like garbage when I first saw it. I did. Like the world looked weird to me. It looked so like low res and crappy, whatever. But then I played it. I gave it a chance, and it became probably like my favorite Zelda game ever. I freaking love Breath of the Wild. I do.
I should also.
And I'm super excited
for that for everybody else. Whiplash. What about games that you're excited that should be coming out?
Like coming out soon? Oh, well, here's the thing is, I haven't looked into that
soon,
yet.
But they're coming. Oh wait. I thought you said you didn't want to answer.
It's good. That's good. I'll answer. Just give him a chance to talk real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta say, one game I found out that is coming out soon is Saints and Sinners 2. I played the first one in VR, and I loved the experience. It felt like you were actually there fighting zombies, having to push them off. Great game. So I'm looking forward for the Chapter 2.
I have 2 games that I'm excited that are coming out. 1, Hogwarts Legacy. And 2, the new Mass Effect game.
There's another one coming?
Yes.
Oh my god, I want to play it. I didn't know.
That's right.
And they're going back to the Milky Way.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, we saw Liara in the trailer. That's all
I gotta watch it. I'm so into it. Hell yeah.
So
yeah, I like science fiction stuff.
Me too.
God of War Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
I can't wait for that one actually.
Did you like the previous one, the Disappointed Father Simulator, they call it?
I mean, here's the thing is, they did such a good... I mean, yeah, I know, but but they did such a great job with, like, visualizations and storytelling in that one. Oh my god, it's such a good-ass game. And hopefully the second one will be like that, too.
Okay. Oh. And I forgot there was a third one. It's another Star Wars game that's coming out. And it's being made by the people who made Detroit Become Human.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, so is it?
Ooh.
So is it? It's more like story based then, like with the choose your own adventure kind of thing. That's actually very. Is it Quantic Dream? Is that who is Quantic Dream?
It's let me do some research. What's it called? Hang on a second.
Did Disney take away EA's rights to make Star Wars games? Or did they actually license out to someone else to make their games? Like, I'm curious now.
It is called Star Wars Eclipse.
Wait, who's it? So, did Disney actually take away their license from EA?
I don't know. I had to do more research on that.
I mean, honestly, Disney has more money than EA could ever possibly want, so they could just buy out EA if they wanted to. But
I am looking. It ain't gonna be made by EA. It's made by the people who made Detroit Become Human. So
no, that's already a plus. That's already a plus because Detroit Become Human is good. I can never get rid of Mr. Krabs' voice in my head.
So that means the game graphics are gonna be great. This is and it takes place before episode 1, like not too far ago.
Ooh. All right, prequel. I like that.
So okay, anybody else want to ask this question?
I could ask the next one. I could ask the next. I could ask the next one. I'm struggling tonight.
Question of the week.
So everyone knows.
Question of the week.
Oh yes, the question of the week. If you could work for any gaming company, what one would you want to work for, and why? Put it in the comment section below, and we'll read them out next time on the next episode.
That's a very good question. Yeah, I like that. I think. Oh, sorry.
Huh?
I don't mean to cut you off. I just realized that I keep thinking that we're normally talking, but then now I realize the latency on VR chat is terrible.
I was gonna say, here's the thing is, let that be a question for our audience, but let that also be a question for Diffuse, because obviously I'm sure he has a gaming company he'd like to work for.
Oh no, that's cool. If that's for everyone in the comments,
it can be for you too. Let's be honest. Because honestly, you must have one since you've been in the gaming industry for 20 years. There's obviously one place you'd like to go work for.
It would have been before Konami crapped the bed and Team Silent went away. It'd probably be them. It would have been them.
Actually,
Konami.
I'm not gonna lie. I was actually going to complain about that, like how Konami destroyed Silent Hill, even though I can't remember the name now because it's been so long. But what was that demo they brought out? That was like the most terrifying
PT?
thing in existence. Yeah, PT.
PT.
Yeah,
God, that was
See,
yeah. That
they-
was. Oh, so
I
good.
hate Konami for that reason. Is PT was such an amazing
Yep.
demo, and they had they all they had to do was make a game, and money would have raked in. But no, they got rid of him. They got rid of that game. They got rid of God, I am so bad with names tonight. The person who did all the motions and stuff for Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they
I
killed
like
all.
how you and I said that.
Is it? Wait, the voice of Snake? You mean, or?
No, the person who did all the movements and actually pretty much was the creative authority over Metal Gear Solid because
Hideo
he's been working
Kojima?
on it for Hideo Kojima.
Yeah,
He's been working with them for decades. But
Hey,
Yeah.
I got one.
Bye.
I got one. So you remember what is that one gaming company called? They made a game that I really liked as a kid growing up, and it is, it plays Blitz Game Studios. You remember them?
Blitz Game Studios.
What game
What
did
did
they
they? What they
Fusion
make?
Frenzy.
Fusion Frenzy.
I've heard of it. But,
Fucking love Fusion Frenzy.
We mentioned it last episode. It's great.
I think my friend loved that game, and I never really got it, or never really played it. So yeah, I've heard of it.
It was a game that came out with the Xbox original when it first came out. It was launched with the Xbox, and I have it still.
That's
The original Xbox.
You can actually
that
buy it on the
big
Xbox
chunk.
console. You can buy it on
Fusion
Xbox
Frenzy.
One right now.
Also,
and play
the
it.
menu music
Really?
is a bop. The menu music is a bop.
It's a really great game. It's like an arcade kind of game where
It's a party game. Honestly, it's like a party game
Fun.
in I guess it'd be like a Cyberpunk future back when Cyberpunk didn't exist yet. But go ahead and continue or finish your question up. We won't
Yeah, I
begin.
can get it again.
All right, now we're gonna get to the people.
No,
we're probably
he's got to finish.
expecting
He's got
to
his
talk
finished
about.
answer. He's got to finish his answer. He said
I thought you said
He would-
fitness
he
on
said
with
he
the
would-
question.
no. He said he would have worked for Konami before they went downhill, but obviously he has a different company he would like to work for.
That's a good. I was gonna let it go. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. No. It's all good either way. But I would say these days it would probably be. I mean, they're both related to comments that we made earlier, and right now I just because I love it so much. Hellbent Games, which is they're behind Video Horror Society. I keep mentioning them. That game, I would love to work on a game like that. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a game that I'm honestly truly passionate about. I would totally, that's what I got.
I know the camera
Right,
did not
'cause-
pick this up, but he just pulled a clipboard out of his butt.
I'm
taking notes.
I'm reading my
Taking
notes, and
notes.
I'm making sure I'm doing stuff right, and I still manage to babble around.
Honestly, working on a horror game would honestly be fun. I feel like because you have a creative mind to design whatever you would like, especially when it comes to
I
the
don't know.
monsters and such.
I was gonna say the only thing I wouldn't want to see is gory reference. I couldn't do that.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Oh, and a horror
So-
game that's up there.
Yeah. All right. So everyone knows you stream on Twitch, but some people don't know that you helped build a community called Wild Abandon. What were your driving factors to start this group?
So this was what, a year and a half or so ago, maybe no, not 2 years. I don't think. I'm losing my mind. It's been a while that Wild Abandon's been around, and we got very big. And the reason for that was there are a couple of reasons. One of them, basically, they being Twitch reintroduced the whole tag system, so you can do tags again. So if you want to, you can furry under your Twitch, and people can find you more easily now. But for a while, it was gone, and people had a hard time finding other furry streamers. So there was that. The only other team I think that was really kind of well known back then, because there weren't that many partner streamers on Twitch within the community, and you have to be a partner in order to form a team. And there were rumblings and grumblings about how that team was handled, and murmurs of it being, maybe a little too exclusive, that they weren't really, they were only targeting larger streamers or whatever the case, the controversy there. But I started to see more like smaller teams pop up too, and to me that always felt more like an inclusive thing. Again, exclusive. I keep using the wrong terms. More exclusive, where it's like you're not really allowed in our little club. But I felt bad for everyone else who was. So I got a bunch of friends together, and some of their mutuals, and we started to we create Wild Abandon. I never wanted it to be about me. I wanted everyone, like, the admins and everyone, to have a voice as well, and also for them to contribute like meaningful, events and tasks or whatever stuff like that, to the team. And that's kind of why it was created. And also, of course, do the thing that you typically see with a lot of teams, like, charity events. We typically work with Starlight Foundation at least once a year for Mario Day. They do like they wanted us to do a week-long thing. This past year we did 2 weeks, I believe it was. But I think that they actually technically go for like the entire month of March. And over the past 2 years, I think we raised upwards of around $140,000, which is just incredible. So, yeah, those are the main reasons, I'd say, that we created Wild Abandon.
Okay. Hey, Whiplash, why don't you ask this question?
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, quick. All right, so... Oh my god. You also do art that isn't just game development, but what would you say inspired you most to do cool works like the progress you made on Super Fun Fighters, the animation intro, but also really cool icons?
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was actually the whole Fur Fighter thing that started when my friend Vivi Wolf. I'll always give him credit for this. I was working on my own ref sheet for my moose, actually, and I showed him one of the pieces of art for that, and he's like, your character almost looks kind of like Ryu from Street Fighter. I'm like, oh my god, that's kind of yeah, I think they're sharing food over there. And you put it behind your butt too. Don't squish the chips.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just having a snack. I was just...
It's okay. There you go.
Two lovers and a cool.
It's on the side. It's right here. Like, I got my clipboard. I got stuff going on.
You good? I'm impressed you can fit.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, I got this for Whiplash if he doesn't behave, but I don't think I'll need this for now.
Anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'll let you have a moment. Anyway,
don't bring a hammer to a rocket launcher fight.
So put that away.
In that.
I can make it more even.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I got the outfit that goes with it too.
You know what? We need to start doing a cavity search before these guys enter the building.
You might not know what you're gonna find. I'm just saying.
On me, probably. Apparently on Arcadad, you'll find snacks and clipboards and rocket launchers and axes and everything up somewhere existing on him.
Hold on, I'll check my guide for a second. What does that say?
What about
Oh, never mind.
What about you and what you just had in your hand? Excuse me. What was that?
Yeah, that was a mic. I saw that.
That was a microphone.
Yeah, that's a big ass mic.
It's a big ass mic.
Microphone?
Big ass mic.
Okay.
Big ass microphone.
I gotcha.
It's one of those like little kid toys from back in the day where the microphone's like humongous and you just sing into it. Yeah, it's one of those.
It had a spring in the middle, kind of reverb.
Yeah, reverb. Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Those ones. Like the one on that Simpsons episode where Bart wanted that toy to sing stuff. Is that toy?
But go on with what you were saying, Diffuse, before we...
It's alright, we've already derailed, it's fine. It's cool. But yeah, it's just my friend VB, like, said, my character looked kind of like, the facial expression looked kind of like Ryu, and it just sparked this thing, like, what would be like if it, like, took my friends, and made them into, like, Street Fighter characters, but they're Persona instead, and it just kind of evolved from there. It's been like a 3 to 4 year project, probably like 3 years. Yeah, I'd say 3 years project. Whenever I have free time, or we do like charity events and stuff like that, I'll do giveaways for it, or to say thank you to the community for their support on my Twitch channel and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, those are always fun to get into. It's just nice because you get to break away from your day job. For me, and I understand, like, for some people, the last thing they want to do when they come home from doing an art job is do more art. But and I'm not always in the mood for it. I'm just not. But when the mood strikes, I just dive in and just try to have fun with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a. All right, you get to ask the last question.
Okay, for the last
your
question.
clipboard.
Yeah, I need to pull out my clipboard. Hold on. Okay.
Make sure you get the right.
So for the last question, it says it right here because I got it right down. Yeah. So for the last question, wait, what was the question you asked? The last one. I lost track. Oh my god! God damn it!
Love it.
What was the last question you
bullet?
had?
It is the last
one.
bullet
The last point.
right there.
That one? Okay.
It's the last one.
It's the last point. Okay. So, any big plans for yourself, either for work, streaming, or future cons or events that you would like anyone to know about? Can be for a whole cast.
Before you answer that question, next time you gotta read the script. Don't pull out your clipboard during the show. How many times I gotta tell you?
I'm sorry. God, you're right.
No.
Angry lovers quarreling over here.
Now,
dictatorship over here. I feel for you.
Excuse me.
Oh shit!
That was cool.
Angry lovers.
I like that. I can't do that. Wow.
I have a lot of fun with Unity. Let's just say that.
That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, nothing like major. I really kind of, I've got 2 more of the fur fighters I want to get knocked out here that I owe people. So I want to finish those up, get those wrapped up. So I keep saying it, but I really want to get into a couple things. A ZBrush to learn sculpting so I can do more modeling and stuff like that. Maybe I worry about the technical stuff, getting models imported into like VR chat and stuff, but I got a few tutorials that can probably help me with that. So yeah, wrap up the fur fighters, maybe get into doing some ZBrush and 3D stuff. I've been saying that for years though. We'll see if it happens. What else? Probably as far as like conventions go, I'll be doing MFF coming up in December, so I'm looking really forward to that, seeing some friends again in person, and hopefully get a pizza party going. So order a whole bunch of deep dish pizza. Chicago, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be yummy. So, but yeah,
That's been rough for me still.
It's under the sauce.
Give me your salty yummy.
Chicago.
It's under the sauce, yeah. But, well, we're talking about different kind of sauce that happened last year.
What?
Oh, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Oh,
What?
you don't know of it? Don't worry about it, fiction. Don't worry about it, fiction. Don't worry about it.
Wait.
Don't worry
that's what
about
I'm
it, Diffuse.
Are you making a BLFC reference? Is that what's going on here?
Oh no!
He did it in MFF2. He did it in MFF2.
No way. Are you serious?
So
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
And he did exactly what you were
surprised.
talking about. He got a deep dish
I
pizza
shouldn't
and
be
did that.
surprised.
Oh my god!
I mean, hey, it's fine. According to Andreas, since he lives in Colorado as well. Apparently, he now lives in the, as he calls it, the problematic furry central part of Colorado, where all the problematic furries go to live at. Which he's not wrong, because he named out a couple of them, and they all live there.
That's a thing? Interesting.
I'm
learning.
Yeah,
There's so many furries in Colorado, yeah. I mean, I want to move there not for the furry thing, but I want to move there because Colorado itself is beautiful. And one, there's no mosquitoes, which is a plus to me, because living in Florida for 27 years, getting your blood sucked out almost every day of your life because mosquitoes suck.
Well, you
there's
would
no
not
humidity.
like to live here where I live
also can
because
swim in the water.
most of you would not like it living where I am because we're really close to the forest and we're probably one of the provinces that has the most lakes. Like the amount of lakes per kilometer square is like the highest density here, so we get our fair share of mosquitoes. As long as you stay in the big cities, you're fine.
I live next to an ocean.
And there's mosquitoes?
There's a shit ton of mosquitoes here in Florida.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say like
the
East
human.
Coast and East Coast, even when I lived in Texas, which they don't get like a ton of rain there in Austin. I mean, they do get a fair share, but there were a lot. Like I remember it, like sunset. Oh, that's like feasting time for mosquitoes. So get in the house if you can.
Yeah.
They were nasty, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss
That's
that
like
either.
when they come out. I don't know why, but that's when they come out. It's like sunset. It's like dawn. It's like the creatures on the what's that movie that Will Smith was in, where the monsters wouldn't come out during the daytime, but nighttime they start roaming free.
I Am Legend, was it?
That one.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
It's like the mosquitoes are the monsters. I Am Legend. They come out during nighttime to feast.
Yeah. Yep.
I went to
That's how you
my
feel, like-
mom's cabin to run some wires to install security cameras at our place, and literally there was a bug landing on my arm or body every 2 seconds. After 5 minutes, I was furious. I was like, F this, I'm getting out of here. This is out of control. It was so bad.
But yeah, that's the reason why I want to go to Colorado, because it's a much nicer place there altogether. And including, besides the fact, I do know a lot of people there. Like, besides Andreas, there's a lot more other people I know. And there's actually more job opportunities there for me than where I live at the moment. So definitely trying to get out there.
Well, if you're
Seems
looking
like a
for job
win-win.
opportunities, come to my way, because oh god, we're lacking workers right now really badly. In Canada, we have a shortage of labor right now. It's terrible. Business are
I
closing
bet.
down just because of it.
Don't worry, we had that too. Last year, I think? Like, labor shortage was so low that people were just, like, changing their times and closing down entirely.
Jeez.
But I had a few people at the same time telling me they were having a hard time finding a job in the States like a year ago. But was it like the whole like United States, or it was just certain states itself that were struggling?
It could be very specific jobs too. Like it might, some jobs that are work from home. I feel like it's an employee's market, at least right now. It's actually not too bad to find a job. So
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's easy. We'll say this. God, what was I going to say? I feel like
You're gay?
getting a job in the IT market is supremely easy right now. Am I
IT
gay,
field?
though? Yeah, IT
I would
field.
say
It's supremely easy.
cybersecurity is more demand because there's not many of us.
Well, I have 3 friends who are in cybersecurity.
Yeah, it's still a high demand for those people.
Well, yeah, because you're cybersecurity. You need more qualifications to do it.
People are intimidated by the job. That's the problem.
If I could do it, I probably would do it.
checks when you do like security, but for like government or big entities, you need to they do a background check on you and make sure you're legit.
Yeah, see my
welcome back
background
on.
check. You're going to see a lot of furry stuff.
All right, let's get back on track. I mean, this
Yeah.
track's already been derailed, and we're just like off in the ocean now.
No. It was fun, though. It was fun.
Casual talking.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Do you still remember your train of thought? Wait, with your question?
What we're talking about?
So we were talking about
forget
you
what we were
going
talking
to.
about.
You were talking about going to MFF and meeting some friends. And
Oh,
people
yeah.
you've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's basically it. Between doing, wrapping up Fur Fighters, I'd say, 3D stuff, continuing streaming. I'd love to get back into streaming even more, because I only really do it on Fridays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. Shameless plug, sorry. But I do miss streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays as well, like I used to. So I might try to sneak in at least one more day in there. We'll see. And then just MFF. I don't plan on going to any more cons for the foreseeable future, just because PTO. You got the holidays coming up too. I feel guilty for asking even more time off when you got like FC coming up as well. Annie. After the holidays, it's like there's just so much going on all the time. But yeah, that's really it for me. Thank you for asking.
Of course. Do you want to self-advertise? There's no shame in that. We always let our guests
I
self-advertise.
just did. Well, like I said, just on twitch.tv/Diffuse Moose on Fridays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. I just did create a TikTok. I never thought I would. I promise I'll try not to be too cringy on it, maybe. But yeah, just Diffuse Moose. All my handles are just Diffuse Moose, basically. To one word, Diffuse Moose, on like Instagram, which I rarely post on, but Twitter for sure. You can find out, more of what's going on in my life there. So yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on to the Top Dogs podcast show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast, honestly. I normally don't like talking about myself this much, but I do appreciate the insightful questions, and I really hope you guys had a good time too.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah,
it was definitely fun.
This was absolutely fun.
Great time.
And of course, you are more than welcome to come back on the show whenever you feel like it. If you want to talk about some specific subjects that we might have for, because we do that.
Sure, yeah.
That's what a community does, because it's not just us three. Sometimes we have people from our team that wants to be a part of the conversation too, or even our guests that want to come back and be a part of it.
Yeah.
The same. If you want to just come on one day, we can just all talk about our favorite games from the past to now.
Yeah.
Oh,
we had BioGods join us. Yeah. We had Andrea Scolfi. We had a few of our staff that joined us on the set. Had a fun time.
I was going to say, we can start from the Atari/arcade box days.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of good games.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody today enjoyed today's Top Talks episode. We'll see you guys in the next episode, and to all, have a good evening. See ya.
Also,
bye.
Bye, everybody.
Forgot about the Telegram and Discord.
Oh, Telegram, Discord. It's still going. Oh, so yeah.
If you guys didn't know, we also have now a Telegram and a Discord, which is right here over my face, or somewhere over there. So, you guys be good and go follow it. And have a fun. Come talk with us. We're friendly. Yeah.
Except that watch out for that mallet, though. I'm just saying.
The mallet.
Was he behind me? I didn't see him.
Little bit, maybe. I'm not. Maybe not.
Maybe you're trying to see if your butt jiggles as much as your chest does.
Yeah, I mean the chest can jiggle too. Like I can flex.
Yeah.
I mean it's always funny.
That's what I was saying. I was seeing if your butt can jiggle as much as your chest can.
Depends. I have to.
You gotta twerk it. You gotta get into it.
I gotta twerk it. Yeah.
Why is my leg
twerking?
My leg's broken.
It was broken?
Can't lift it all the way, and I'm trying to.
Oh no.
Oh no, the leg's broken. The husky.
Yeah.
You can't do what it needs to do.
Hang on.
Well, that was a good recording.
God.
That was.
Also,
that was a lot of fun.
Hey, Colton.
I had a headset blackout. I had to reboot the whole game. I couldn't see anything. Okay. It was so weird.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, that's rough.
I want to do something.
I never had it before. I never have blackout.